This video looks at organising your EndNote records into groups. We'll look at creating groups so you can keep related references together, organising these into group sets, and finally having EndNote create some groups for you using smart groups. So we'll start with creating basic groups. You can use groups in many different ways. You can group your references thematically. You can group them by assignment or by a chapter, and you can group them for practical reasons like read and unread or needs more information finding. So I know that there are several records in this library where there's some missing information. So each time such a record appears, I could create a group for that. I could put those in my needs more information group. So to create a group, over on the groups panel, you've got the My Groups option. The easiest way to create a new group is just to right-click on this My Groups heading. You can then create that group. Give it the heading Needs More Information and enter. I could then go back to my All References and move all of these where I can see there's some missing information. These are anonymous authors. This has got a missing date, so it's this one. Let's have these. As I'm selecting these, I'm just clicking and just holding the Control key down, and as I click on each one to select. I can now drag on any of the blue ones and move them over into my Needs More Information group. They're still in the All References, but they have disappeared from Unfiled, because Unfiled means they're not in a group. Alternatively, if I wanted to create a thematic group, I would just do exactly the same. So right-click on the My Groups heading and choose Create Group. Now nearly everything I've put in this library is about visual literacy, but I might have groups for the different levels. So university level, school level, for example. Now I've no idea which of these are which, but I'm back in my All References group and I could select a group of them. This time I used the Shift key to select the ones that were next to each other, and I could drag those into different groups. Notice as I'm doing this that I am including some things that have got missing information. Things can be in more than one group. They're still on in All References. Anything that's in no group at all is in Unfiled, but things down here can be in more than one group. So the two anonymous ones are there. They're also in the school level group. So these aren't like folders, they're more like tags that are attached to the records. I could edit a record in any group and it would affect them in all. Now we'll look at organising these into group sets. If you have a lot of groups, it's useful to organise them further into group sets. So again, if I right click on My Groups, I can do Create Group Set. And here I could have my visual literacy group set. And these two groups here could be moved into that group set just by dragging them onto the title. So there you can see it's organising that better. You can create as many group sets as you like. So I could organise by the chapters of my thesis by creating a group set first and then right-clicking on the group set heading to create the groups within. And again, select the records you want and drag those into the groups. And finally, we'll look at smart groups. One really useful feature is the ability to create smart groups. This is where EndNote can actually put things into the groups for you. So for example, you may want to have groups for years. You may want to have groups for particular journals, and EndNote can automatically do this for you. So again, I right click on the heading. This time I'm going to do Create Smart Group. And I have to fill in various criteria. So I'm going to give this the name of the journal, and a lot of these are from the Journal of Visual Literacy, and it's nice to be able to see those separately. So there I'm looking for the journal, and I'm going to type the name of that again. I can then create that, and you can see at the top there I've now got a group called Journal of Visual Literacy, and EndNote has automatically populated it. Anytime I bring a new reference in that fulfills those criteria, it too will automatically be added to that group. So I'll just do it again, this time for year. So I could group these if I wanted to. So I could say 2015 to 2020. And then you can see you've got the option of is greater than or equal to 2015. And there won't be any after 2020, but if there were, if I was doing an earlier date, I could just repeat that and this time do is less than or equal to 2020. Create that group. And there you can see that 63 of those records were no more than 5 years old. So groups are a really useful way of being able to organise your records.